one. Okay. 24/4/2025. Okay, so time is 14:32. I have to sew a dress without a pattern. So hello everyone. Hello my people. So today we're going to do something very nice, very lovely. As I promised one of my last videos, actually thought of making budget sewing actually. So I'm going to start the series now. So any products I'm going to be creating from now are going to be low budget sewing. But don't get me wrong, I am not going to buy fabric that is not quality. It is good quality fabric. For example, you can make something like this. This is a very nice, beautiful dress. I actually decided to make something like this because anytime I put on this dress, people always say it's beautiful, gorgeous. I always say, huh? Well, it is simple to make. I say, no, this is not possible. You know, now I decided to tell you guys it is possible. You can do it. The thing is that it is low budget. Even though the economy is very difficult right now, you can still make your outfit. You can still make what you want low budget. This dress actually I make it when I was a wedding I was attending, and the bride told me, well, we need to wear red. I thought, okay, but what am I going to to get red or something? So I thought, okay, so I went to the fabric market. Then I saw this beautiful fabric. This is a lace, as you can see. It's a lace, and I have red satin under it. And the satin is so gorgeous that you don't even have to lining it. As you can see, you don't have to lining it because the inside the satin is nice and is actually skin friendly. Doesn't make you hot or itchy or anything else. So I bought it was a set that actually it was a set. So I bought this set for just 15 euros. 15 euros. Then I thought, you know what? Let me just do something. So I actually made this dress without a pattern. I make it, there is no pattern on it. What I did was just my existing dress. So I have a dress that is actually sleeveless. I thought, you know what, let me just use that to actually cut the body, just A-line body, you know. So I went and used that my dress to actually cut it. And so with the lining, with the lace itself, that would be over the satin, I make it a bit bigger because I don't want to make it a little bit bigger, you know, as you see, so that there will be room inside the dress. Okay, and so then what I went and did was the sleeve. I just look for a sleeve pattern that I like, that I have previously. I just use that pattern to actually create this, which you can also just put your sleeve like this or put your dress like this in the pattern, and then you just trace the armhole like that, and you have your sleeve that you want to use for the dress. But I decided to do that because I love this type of sleeve. Alright, so that is how I came up with this dress. So friends, those who always ask me, do you make this dress yourself? You're so gorgeous. And even some people will tell me, well, this dress might be like 100 euros in the store. It's possible because when you go to the store to buy something like this with lace and so, it is very, very expensive. but if you make it yourself, you are way more cheaper. All right, so friends, this is how I made this dress. It's actually, the fabric is actually 15 euros. Oh my goodness. And of course, you make it yourself, it's even more cheaper. I don't have to give it to someone else to make it for me. Otherwise, it's also quite costly to make an outfit, you know. Like this type of dress, it can actually cost me like 80 to 100 euros to make it, you know. And then the person will charge you even more, you know. So that's just how it is. So if you can do something for yourself, you can do something with your hands, you can enjoy what you are doing. All right, so that is it. So you can see with a beautiful with a low budget, you can make a beautiful outfit. All right, so let's set this aside now and let us cut the fabric without pattern. Okay, so let me see. So this is a fabric that I'm going to use today. I'm going to cut this today, and then we'll do the cutting today, and then you guys can go ahead and buy your fabric and cut your fabric, and then next week we'll put it together. All right, so I really want to do this project, low budget sewing, and do it step by step, and actually take your time to do it, not something rushing. So that is why we will do it step by step. So with this, actually we're gonna do it like two videos that we're going to do it. I don't want to do it everything just once, so you take your time to do your project. All right, so this is the fabric that I'm going to use today. You guys can see how gorgeous this fabric is, isn't it gorgeous? And then at the inside, it's just like this. All right, so if you choose to use this side, then you can do it. You can just do it. It doesn't matter. Everybody do it, and then you can, if you want to, let's say you want to do contrasting color, then you can use this side and as well this side combination. Maybe you want to do like the dress parts, you use this, and then you use this side for the sleeve. It's possible. Everything is possible. It's your design, it's your creation. All right, so but today I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to, because I am someone who loves this shiny part, so I am going to just leave it like this. I'm going to just cut my fabric on it like that. I'm going to sew it. I will leave it like that. I want to have long sleeve on it as well. All right, okay, so that is what we're going to do now. The fabric is really quite long. I bought this fabric. Let me tell you guys what I paid for this fabric. You guys won't believe me. I bought this fabric in Canada. I was there on vacation. So this is my oldest daughter. So I just took a stroll to the shopping mall, and I went there. I went to Fabric Land. Those who live in US or Canada, they know that store. So I went there, and I get my fabric there, and that was around like December period when I went there. It was a bit cold, but not all that cold yet. So I left when it was really very cold. So I was glad that I I left when it started to get freezing and things like that. So that was that, and I bought this fabric. It cost me just $9, $9 Canadian dollars. That's how I bought this fabric. So I have no idea how many meters it's like, maybe, I don't know, maybe like 3 meters, 4 meters, something like that. But it's wide enough, so I can fold it in four and make my dress. All right. So this is how it is. So that is why when you go somewhere, maybe you travel anywhere in the world, as I said earlier, buy something that you like. Fabric, just go to the fabric store. You're going around, you can go there and get your fabric and do something for yourself. All right, okay, so let's go now. That is the end of story. So it's always story time. So this is my fabric I'm going to use. So what happens is that I fold it into two, and I fold it again into two again. So now you have 4 layers. So now I'm going to put the 4 layer just there. Alright. So now I'm going to cut out. I don't want to make it everything is everything lined up really well. So I hope one of my girlfriend. I have a lot of girlfriends. I have friends. But what I want to say is that there are some of my friends, they always say, well, it's difficult for me to make a pattern. It's actually difficult for me to make a pattern. But you don't have to make a pattern this time. You have we're going to use our shirt to actually do it. Because with the previous dress I showed to you guys, I actually use my dress to actually do that. Yeah, I use my dress to do that. But now I am using my shirt, t-shirt to actually do that. I can use anything you want. So this time I want to use my t-shirt so that my friends will not say I do not have, pattern, whatever it is. So let me get a chalk. Okay. So that is that. So first of all, I'm going to measure how many centimeters I actually need. So in order to make this dress, what you need to do first is actually measure the length of your dress, the length that you wanted to use. As a matter of fact, to use let me see. So that is that. So what I'm going to use now is just like 152, and that is with allowance. So inches should be like 60 inches, right? So, and that is with the folding allowance, alright? So that is that. So I'm just going to roll it like this. I'm going to make it straight. Make it straight, right? So I'm going to just cut it there. So the reason I am doing this is because I have a lot of fabric, so I just wanted to cut this out, right? Okay, that's the one. So as you guys can see, I still have huge fabric, which I'm going to cut my sleeve and sew with that. Right? Okay, so that is that one. So this is the hemline. So we're going to make going to actually draft our dress now. Okay. So now I cut into 4. I fold into 4 and I fold into 4 again. And as I said earlier, this project, it is low budget sewing, right? So this is my let me put this in there, I can show you guys. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. Alright. I want to straighten up everything. Okay. This actually is my weight. I remember, let me show you guys. It is really funny. So this is some of these balls that my daughters used to play with. They used to play with it outside and so on and so forth. And so when you do shopping, you get these things free, and they have some nice heavy ones inside. Love those beautiful ones. So now my daughters have grown up, they got married, and they leave these things behind for me. So I thought, what am I supposed to do with this? You know, so I said, you know what, and this just huge, you know, bag. So nice little dog here, as you can see. So I put it there whenever I'm sewing. I just put it there. I said, wait, you know, you know, there's like my chihuahua. So that is that. So I'm happy with that, with that weight. Okay. So I'm going to use my t-shirt now. Yes, so this is my t-shirt. So you have to look for when you want to remake this, make sure that you use t-shirt that is comfortable for you, not tight, just really comfortable. All right. So this t-shirt for me is very, very comfortable. All right. So I'm going to use that t-shirt to make my dress. So it's a bit, the shirt also is a bit well guys, a bit big, but that is why I won't put too much sewing allowances, but I'll put a little bit so that I can, because I'm going to overlock it, so that I can have fabric that I'll cut out, right? So that is that one. Okay, make sure it's there. Make sure everything is nice. Okay. Yeah, okay, now. Let me put a weight here to make it okay. So that is it. As you can see, it is folded on both sides. Here is also folding and opening. You can see now you have four edges. But however, we're just going to do this, do that, then we have both folding edges here. Okay. So this is it. So we're going to do. So I'm not going to put too much allowance, as I said earlier. So here, let me just show you guys. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to, let me just see. I'm going to just put my ruler here so people can see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to sew it like this straight. I'm going to cut it like that straight. But you know, here going to be a little bit allowance to here and so on and so forth. Let me see now what that allowance is. So here is the armpit area. Like 1.5. So let's just say 1.5 inches. Let's just do that first. 1.5 inches. This 1.5. I will do. Let's just do 1 inches first. Let's see. So okay, that's the area that we're going to do. So that's that. So just measure like this. That's what I'm going to put on that. So from there, so this easy part that I didn't want to show you guys. So then I just draw my like this, not the way to the end, all the way to the end of the hem. All right. So and then with so this is my shoulder. Maybe I just put like also 1 inch. So this is the, if I want, I can put can do it like this, you know, can do it like this, but I want to put a little bit allowance because I'm going to just okay, so 1 inch because of my overlocking, please, because that overlocking always cost you fabric. Okay, yeah. That's why I'm doing that. So okay, so with the shoulder we need to put allowance shoulder, because shoulder, you're going to join shoulder and shoulder together. Let me see, I think maybe I will just use, I think I'll have an inch. Anyway, let me use 1 inch anyway, because I'm going to do that, right? So the neck area, what do we do with the neck area? With the neck area, I'm going to just use bias to actually do the neck area. However, let me put half an inch there. Instead of 1 inch, just half an inch, okay? Because I'm not going to overlock. I'm not overlocking the neck, the length now. Okay, just like that. So the neck area, tape measure. You put it right there in your collarbone there. Measure how deep you want to make it. How deep you want your V-neck to be. So I actually think that maybe like 30. 30 will be fine. 30 will be fine. 30 is going to be definitely fine. Okay. Oh. I think 30. I have the feeling 30 will be too wide. So it's to here. So let's do it smaller so that if in the process it's too wide, then we can always do something with it. Alright? So from the tip here, your shoulder, you measure like 20 cm, right? Very good, 20 cm. So just mirror it like this. Okay. So you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I hope you guys see this. So I'm just going to cut it out. See? Just put your scissors here. Just cut it out. So I'm going to do and to be a bit deeper, but I leave it like this. So if I'm sewing and it's a bit too, it's not deep enough, then I will do that. I will still adjust the cut out of it. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Okay, so we leave it like this for now. So that is that. And so we just to make a little bit more. Just trim it a little bit more. Okay, so I want to make it more nicely, more straight. Okay. Alright, so like this and like this. So this is it. So as you can see, it's like this. So you see, V-neck is okay. So when you cut your fabric like this, you use the back, you cut it, then will be fine. Okay. So we are not we are not putting pocketing in, because this dress is just very beautiful. I don't want to do make it very straight and things like that. So that is how it is. So when you finish overlocking everything, you can just do it like this and just like this. Huh? If I do it, so you can see it's gorgeous. This dress is very beautiful. It's like this. So yeah, you see. Okay, so you see. So it looks beautiful. So you can see. So this is the V-neck. Because with the V-neck, when you put bias tape on it, it will still go a bit deep. So we'll just do that. Okay. So with that, it's just enough for me. It's good. Okay. So now the next step we're going to do now is to create the sleeve. So if you want to create the sleeve, what you can also do you can, let me just show you something, but I'm not going to use this pattern to create my sleeve. So I'm just going to just show you something that you can do as well. Right? So let's do it anyway. So now you have this, you have the armhole. Let me see if this has to go. Okay, so yeah, okay, take this one away. So we have, so I always buy enough fabric. So we have enough fabric, just show you demonstration what you can do. Okay. So what you can do, you fold your fabric in 4. Right. Okay, so hope you guys can see that. And so what you do, you take your okay, when you make sure this align together, so you can even use pin if you want. Okay, so because I wanted to have these edges, these are the open part here. So what you do is you put your fabric so okay, I hope you guys can see what I'm doing actually. So this is how you can create your sleeve. So what you do is that you just put your armhole here, you draw it, alright. So when you draw that, and then at the bottom here is already sleeve, here is already a fold. That is top of the shoulder, as you can see. And so, and then you just measure the length that you want. Measure the length that you want. If it's like 50 cm, just do that. Allowance 50 cm like this, alright. So you mark it, and then from here you just mark the wrist. You measure your wrist. You're gonna do like, okay, this is the mark. Okay, so don't forget this is the middle of the sleeve because it's a fold, and then you just measure your wrist like this, 21 cm. All right, then divide by 2, then you have 10.5. Then you now put it here 10.5. All right, put it here 10.5. So what you're going to do now, you're going to connect this area so to here and to here. All right. And so now you have a sleeve that will go through your dress. See? So that is how you can do that. Right? That's how you can create your sleeve. I hope you guys understand that. So you put your this thing like this, your dress like this. This is the armhole area, and then from there you just the length and the width of your sleeve of your wrist could be short, however you want it, and then from here you just connect like this, right? Because it's not straight, you cannot straighten it, but you have to connect it like this, you see. So now you have your sleeve, okay? So that is how you can do that. Or you take your t-shirt that you already have, you use this already as pattern. And then you can, if you want to have this t-shirt, you can just place it like this in your pattern, just like this, right? Then you just trace it out. Mark here, you do like this, and then you just like this. Okay, let me just show you guys. Take my chalk. I'm using this chalk because it's easy to to remove later, you know. So this is what you do. Got this on fold. You always cut your sleeve in. You always cut the sleeve in two. So, but now you just mark it so, 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 so. Then there you just connect like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. See? So now you have your short sleeve. Okay? So that is how you can create it as well. You just do it like that. You have your sleeve. Right? So we have shown you the one method, other method that you can actually use to draft out your sleeve. So you don't have to say, I do not have pattern. Okay. But today I'm going to use another sleeve for my dress. So I have sleeve. So I have this sleeve that I have it for a long time. And I love this sleeve. I want to use that very simple sleeve as well. And the reason is I just to use it because I don't really want to put too much. I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste too much time in making this. I have shown you guys different methods on how you can draft your sleeve without pattern. But I have this pattern. Alright? I have this pattern. So I'm just going to use this pattern to draft my sleeve. Okay? So in that case now I'm not folding into 4. I will fold the fabric into 2 because the pattern is already like it's a white pattern. You can just fold it your fabric into 2. Okay, so this is, let me set the dress aside. So this is the fabric I'm going to use now, but I'm not going to. Okay, so like I can see, let me take my dog. Okay, so this like this. So instead of folding into 2, I can just fold. Instead of folding into 4, I'll fold into 2. Let me see. I don't want to waste too much fabric. I don't want to see how it is. Instead of okay, I fold into 2. But if I'm wasting too much fabric, I'll just fold it like. Don't cut into 1. I'll cut it separately. Okay. Let us just see. So this I'm going to erase. It automatically goes. Okay. But this is what I'm doing now is what you do when you have your pattern. I have my pattern. So, but when you don't have your pattern, remember we are creating a dress without pattern. You use your own dress to make your pattern. Okay. So let's see now. So this is another point that you have to know. When you are cutting out your fabric, try not to waste your fabric. Alright? You can see the dress that we cut out. You can see it's just little fabric that is being wasted. But however, I'm still going to use all these ones to make something. I'm going to use it like to make a bow tie or something like that. You know, I don't know yet. Maybe I was still going to use that. But in order for you not to waste too much fabric, so you just see what I'm doing. So I'm not going to cut it like this now. I'm just going to cut it separately, right? And another thing is that I could also do like this because, you know, when you are folding your fabric, you do it salvage to salvage, okay? So now I have this salvage to salvage. Because this fabric is quite simple, it's easy to use because I have no there's no pattern on it that you can say, oh, you have to actually make sure those patterns actually match together. You don't have that, so it is really quite simple. So I'm going to use salvage to salvage. I fold it together as always. and then I'm going to cut my pattern. Okay, I'm going to do that so that I don't waste my fabric. Okay, so now I'm just going to cut two. So that is it. That is we need just two. So I'll put it here. Just put my fabric here. Make sure it's straight because this is a grain line. Make sure it is straight. Okay. I'm gonna put this here. So okay, you can see now when you cut your fabric like this, the pattern is like this, position like this, you still have a lot of fabric left over. Have a lot of fabric left over. I have no idea what I'm going to do with that fabric, but I have no idea what I'm going to do because you cannot use this fabric for men because it's too shiny, you know, as it glitters on it, it's not really for men. So that's like this. So I put my chihuahua. My chihuahua right here. My chihuahua right here. So for the beginner, what you can also do when you are actually placing your pattern, that's why I want to use this pattern for you guys. Then you make sure, because you have the green line that you measure here, you see. So you make sure actually that the green line is being straight when you put it on your fabric. See, it's quite straight now. And also I have, you see, I have all those lines here, and that really just work out. It just work out well because right now I have this line here and correspond with the line that I have on my dress and my sleeve, and then with the line there correspond exactly. So therefore my pattern is straight, right? My pattern is quite straight. So yeah, it's quite straight. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to add allowances on this dress, this sleeve. Let me see. Okay, just more pin. I put more weight here. Okay, so you can see. So I'll pin it because so that I will able to put my sewing around. So nice thing with all these weights I have, it's magnetic, so I can just put my pins there to just be, it will just stay still. Yeah, so I decided to do that. Please, it doesn't matter if you are a beginner or you are advanced student, just, you know, use a pin to hold your work. Especially when you are sewing, you can do that. Yeah, paper won't move away. Okay, so that is that. That is this stretchy fabric, but it's a bit stretchy, whatever, but it's easy because it has no flowers to actually watch out for, and also it has no stretch. So you see. Okay. Alright. So I'm gonna remove my flower. Can go there. Alright. So okay. Okay, so that is that. I think I will need more pin there. Okay. So if you have pattern at all, you have pattern previously, what you do before you do this process, make sure you actually measure your arm. Like myself, measure my arm, and I have like 42, and I have 43 here. And so that is why I need to add allowance on it. I'll just add like, yeah, saying allowance as well. I'm going to add a bit on it so that I can have room for overlocking the fabric. I'm going to overlock it as I said earlier, right? So I think I don't know where mine used to use my ruler. Okay. Anyway, let's start with the length of the. Okay, this is 65. The length of it. So I have length of. Let me see. Okay. Length of 63. That's what I have. 63 cm. And so if I have 63 cm, then 65 is just enough. It's fine. So it's fine. Here is fine. So I'm not going to add any allowances at the hem area. Okay. So what I'm going to do is just at the side, and then here I will leave it like that. Okay. So how many shall we add? So normally when you are sewing something, you add like 1.5 cm. That's half an inch. That's what I'm going to do. But for the fact that I'm going to overlock it, so I will add like 1 inch. Okay, that's 1 inch, which is about 2.5 centimeter. Okay, 2.5 centimeter. Okay, so that's it. 1 inch and 2.5 centimeter. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. So because when you are overlocking, you trim some of your excess fabric off. So that is it. So that's why you need to do that. So here I'm going to add. Okay. Let me still add 1 inch. Use this, but I want to have like 3/4 sleeve. Then I will cut it here, make it shorter there. All right. Or there are some people their arm is longer, so therefore I can cut it here and expand it. I'll make it longer. All right. It's not nice when you are extending your pattern, then you make it longer here. No, it is not nice to do that, because when you make it longer here, and then the sleeve, this area getting more, your wrist getting more smaller. So now you have the actual size of your sleeve, and so therefore you leave it like that. So when you want to adjust the pattern, you do it just in the middle of your pattern. See, so this is you can lengthen it here, you can shorten it here, but this is for your shorter pattern, you know. And so that is why I love it. That's why I have this pattern for a while now. I use it for customers, and I decided to use that as today, you know. So it is nice. I love it. And so for this, I'll fold the paper like this. Fold the paper like this, so that if there is any adjustment, I can be able to do it. Right? Okay. So yeah. Okay. Well, very excited. So in case it came out, we still have this backing up. Yeah, that's done. So I just fold it here so that I don't lose my pattern. I do so. Okay. So normally this is what I do. So when I'm working my and I just do any adjustment. Alright, so that is when you're working with your so guys, I think you guys enjoyed this video. In case out, we still have I enjoy doing something like this, I'm doing that. So now you can make your phone. I just told you so that you can dress or make a top and do that. Alright? So there's my experience I do not have. I don't know how to cut my package. I don't know how to cut a song. There's no skills. Alright? So now, so this is the pattern that I made. So in the next area, I'm going to just cut out the strips. I'm going to use that guiding for the next area. So that's what I'm going to just cut out. So when you want to color it, if I cut it straight, the color is on the bias. So when I finish working, I will just use the next. Normally this is what I do. So when I'm working on this one, I join them together. And do my sleeve, and I just on the sleeve when I join the shoulder together. Then you have a full picture of your next area. So then you use it to cut out. That is when you're working with you, right? So you can like so guys, I can cut that. If you guys enjoyed this video, it's a video I'm going to do so as I said, but I can always make good experience of this for me. It's not a waste. I enjoy doing something like this. I enjoy doing that. So now you can make a pattern for just t-shirts. You can use that, make a dress, or if you don't want to use fabric that way, right? So there's my excuses. I do not have bias. I don't have to cut bias. I don't have to cut at all. Make your dress. Alright? So you can say, so now, well, so this is the pattern that I made. So the next area, I'm going to just, there are three, don't use that pattern left. Guiding, maybe I could use it to make, for the neck area. So that's what I'm going to do. I can use one to make you want to go? I did not know yet, so we're gonna see. It's nice. So you have a dress. So I when I finish working on my dress and use the neck, that's what I'm doing. I'm using the neck. I'm going to put on this one and I join them together. This sleeve. No, not the sleeve. When I join the shoulder together. Then you have the full picture, you have your nice, beautiful blouse, and then you use it to use our quiet. So you can see now. I'm going to use it for the cut. So you see, so that would be nice when you have a dress. That's what I'm going to use. But girls can really see very good use of this. Alright, so it's not a waste. Hey, that's it, guys. So friends, so this is the end of this video. So if you have an idea what I should do with this one, just let me know. Or if you don't want to use the fabric cover, you can always use beautiful skirt. Bye. So guys, thank you so much for watching. And I do appreciate all of you for making me this. Thank you so much. And honestly, I do back raises. Okay? Just want to say, enjoy your day. Seriously, go to the store, try your favorite. Just do one I got this. The next week we'll put them together. Alright? If you have like you have I do not know yet. So we're gonna see the machine it's nice. So you have a dress. So I can make okay, I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good day. Enjoy maybe. So it is for me. Bye. Maybe like 4-piece skirt. You can just do that. Okay, you do that, and then you have very nice, beautiful blouse that you can use.